Hey guys, well, I'm not sitting in that chair yet, but this is something that I never thought I would have the courage to do. Um, the only people that know about this video or what I'm about to say are extremely close friends and very, very close family. But I have a confession to make, and it's not a confession that really involves any of you guys or any of my followers, but it's something that does dictate the future of my YouTube channel. A few of you have actually came across my Tumblr page, which the link is below. So if you guys want to follow it, that will be the designated area for the content I'm about to explain. But a video showing my face or me, I haven't done one of those in a very, very long time. So without much further ado, I'm going to go ahead, sit in the chair, and open up to you guys. Open up to not just the world, but basically explain what's going on, what the future entails, and basically, yeah. Well, let's see how this goes. Okay, I'm terrified of actually making this video, but I'm going ahead. I'm going to sit in the chair, and this is me, guys. Um, yeah, the last time I did a video like this was probably in my other house. I moved in with my girlfriend about a year ago, and that's when I showed off all of this. But the confession I have to make, and that's kind of why I have this shirt on, which is weird, but I'm actually transgender. And this is something that has come out in the past 2 months, about 2 months. Something that I contemplated ever coming out about, and something I battled for about 20 years. Um, it's really hard to really go across a lot of these things. I mean, it's not something I can just say, hey, look, here's an Xbox One, fuck this thing. I mean, that's not really something I can make in this kind of video. Most of my videos, as you know, comes pretty much one shot. This is my life. It's a life change, something that I never thought I would actually go through with. Not something I thought I would ever have the courage to combat. But yeah, I'm going through a major life change. Um, I've always felt that I was different. I've always felt that I wasn't born right. I've always felt that I wanted to be a female. And, it brings a smile to my face now because it's something that I've always felt but never thought I would ever accomplish. Um, I've told a lot of people, and the reactions have been, for the most part, nice, good, supportive. Andy and Kevin out there, the guys that do my YouTube UGP episodes, they've been nothing but supportive throughout the whole thing. Kevin was the very first person I told about this. He even asked me if I was transgender about 2 years ago. So there were some, I would say, um, warning signs that I tried very hard not to make obvious. But, this is very difficult to do. And I have to say, um, it. I think we're at a pivotal point in society that I think something like this will become more and more accepted. Not to say that the gays and lesbians and bisexuals have had it easier, but they kind of have. You know, being transgender and reading the stories of other people and what they've gone through, and I'm only at the beginning. Um, it's very difficult. It's because society doesn't understand it. Therefore, we're ridiculed, we're mocked, and people just jump to the wrong conclusion. But I've always been a nice person. I've always been an honest person, except about this whole thing. But yeah, I'm not that angry guy that you see on my videos. I never have been. In reality, I've always been, outspoken. I say the things that really come to mind. I don't allow things to just settle. I'll say, hey, if it's bullshit, I'll call it out. But no, I've always been a very kind-hearted person. Very odd. Never really had many friends when I was in high school. You know, the one love of my life I live with. She was my very first girlfriend. I mean, these are things that not many people know about me, but yeah, I'm a pretty quirky, odd person, and I mean, I know some of you guys think I'm cool on YouTube. Honestly, I don't see it. My girlfriend laughs at my videos, but I know this is transitioning from a transgender video to my YouTube videos, but it's very difficult, guys. Very, very difficult. Um, so I've been on HRT for the past 35 days, I think it is now. And what HRT is hormone replacement therapy, and that's where you basically kill off your testosterone and pump yourself with estrogen. And it's been wonderful. Um, a few things I again never thought I would ever say. I've had boobs since I was 14, and that's due to a side effect of medication I was on as a kid. You know, I was part of the whole ADHD medication revolution, you know, where in the 90s, that's all they did. If your kid was unable to sit still and do homework, let's medicate the shit out of them. And part of what that did, it gave me a delayed puberty. I didn't really hit it until I was 20. I'm 25 now. I didn't really grow facial hair until I was 20 either, so the beards that you saw, that was all new. That honestly, when you saw those beards, that was the first time I grew beards. But breasts I've always had, and that's because of a side effect of the medication. I'm not going to dive into which medication is, but I'm pretty sure you've seen the damn commercials for the shit. And I've been on that stuff for over 11 years. So yeah, I really dived into a lot of personal stuff here, and you guys, I don't think you guys understand how difficult it really is. I've heard the stories of, you know, people coming out on YouTube and it becoming a complete disaster. For me, honestly, I could give a shit what you guys say on my YouTube channel. I could give a shit if the Jack the Bomb videos go away. To me, it's just, you know what, sooner or later you guys are going to figure it out, see it, or whatever. So I figured, why not say it now and just really save myself the trouble. If you guys don't care, just unsubscribe now. Am I going to fill my YouTube channel with transgender related issues? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. It really takes a lot out of you to come out and be open. That's why I have my Tumblr. So my main focus is, if you want to read about transgender issues, read it on my Tumblr. Twitter, I'm not really going to post much about it on there, but Twitter I like to just fuck around and upload funny things I see, like a Call of Duty t-shirt being in the kids section of a Kohl's. But yeah, you know, life has been very odd for me lately, guys, and I never thought in a million years this would come out. If anything, it was a secret that I was keeping and something that I wanted to keep with me till I ended up 6 feet under. But to be honest, you know, you hit a point where you become your choice, and this is the thing. Understand that being transgender or transgender, whatever the fuck, I'm still learning the lingo. It's not a choice, and this is something that I was an asshole before. I used to think that gays had a choice, but I've come to the realization that if they go through what I go through, if they think the way I think, or the way that my brain likes to process information, then it's not a choice. And I really do feel bad for, you know, basically, well, I was never an advocate against them, but I just never really cared. You know, it sucks, but no, I'm part of the LGBT. I mean, it sucks in a way. But it's one of those things that when you finally accept who you are, when you finally admit to yourself, this is who you are, this is who you've been your whole life, it's just been hidden, it's like a giant weight is lifted off you. When you finally put the pieces together and you start going back, which, by the way, I have ridiculously good memory. I can remember events that happened when I was 4. I remember very vivid details about anything in my life. And looking back, after finally admitting to myself this is who I am, I started really putting the pieces together. There are tons and tons of things that have happened when, growing up. Stuff that I'm not going to say on this damn video, but, it's just who I am. And I've never been happier, honestly. And a lot of people have noticed that about me. Family that I don't see that often, I saw them recently and they're like, what the hell's going on? You seem very happy. And yes, I was a miserable fuck when it came to, like, you see it in my videos. I wasn't always that negative. That was more emphasized and more out there, but I don't feel that negative anymore. I don't really dwell on things anymore, and I like it. It's a positive change. It's something that I hope only gets better. And, I'm expecting a bunch of you guys out there to write fucked up shit, but honestly, I don't care. And that was where I jumped around because of, unable to focus on this. But I do remember a few years ago that one guy, he really wanted to tell people it gets better, it's better this, better that. He had several million views and then he kills himself. I'm not quite that type of person. Have I gotten to that point where I contemplated killing myself? Yes, but I'm not strong enough to carry it out. So, but worst case scenario, if the shit hits the fan, I'm killing my YouTube channel. So, here goes nothing is really the title of this, but this is the real me, and that's really what I focus on the Tumblr page. And I followed a great deal of people that really open up my eyes, and I've made a few transgender friends, and they're awesome. Like, just understanding that the same struggles that I had growing up prior to coming out are the very same struggles they went through. It really, it's a community for the better. The point is, at the end of the day, I want to live in a fucking world where people can just see past things like this shit, because this is really a rehash of previous struggles in American culture. This is fucked up, but the amount of hate that goes out there for transgender, gays, lesbians, everyone. It's really intense, and it's really stupid when you really sit down and look at it. Me being transgender, does it affect your life in any way, shape, or form? It does not, but it does affect my life. And when you come into that pivotal point where either you're going to jump in front of a subway or you're going to live it the rest of your life as a woman or girl or female, I think I'd rather take the second option. The option where I live and be able to have a happier life. And it's not without its struggles. Trust me, there's a lot of shit that I am now going through. People that aren't too pleased with the news. People that feel like they're going to lose me forever because of this news. So, really just sit back and, take a look back and say to yourself, look, people didn't just fucking wake up one day and say, hey, look, I feel like going against the grain. Let me just change my gender for the hell of it. It's not like that. It never is. I grew up and I felt wrong my whole life. I have, going through high school and just looking at other girls and being like, well, I wish I was them. I mean, that's me in a nutshell. And when you work in New York City, you see plenty of women, and I'm pretty sure I ran into my fair share of transgendered women, but just what it is, guys. So, if you guys want to continue following my YouTube channel, do it. If you don't want to, do it. I don't care. Will you see more videos about the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Wii U, which Mario Kart 8 is fucking awesome and I already beat it. I got everything unlocked. Yes, that stuff will continue. And if anything, now that I have finally come out and embraced who I am, I think it's only going to get better. So if you're transgender out there, I mean, please, by all means, say it in the comments. I mean, follow me, or if you want a Skype call, we could do that stuff, or what have you. But I really think it's actually a very nice community, a very misunderstood community, but a community that just feels right. A community that shares the same struggles, a community that honestly just wants people to be better, feel better about things like this. I mean, I think one day in the future, we're going to look back at this and laugh at why the fuck we were so intolerant about these things. At the end of the day, what does it matter? It really doesn't. But it requires people to come out and say, hey, look, I'm a transgender woman. It's a funny saying. It's something that, again, I never thought I would ever say in a video. But it requires that. And if you look, Time Magazine just announced a transgender woman is on the front page and they're talking about it. Only 2 years ago did the federal government actually, put in, discrimination laws against transgender people. So it's a radically new thing, even though it has a very long history, which is very fucking odd. Like, the gays, the lesbians, and the bisexuals, they've had it, their revolution happened a long time ago. Ours is only happening now. But, I think with the internet, with YouTube, with active communities, and there are quite a bit of activists out there, which I don't necessarily agree with all of them. I don't believe in the whole feminazi movement, which I've seen my fair share of them. But, this is who I am, and this is what it is. So, take care, guys. Look out for future videos, and maybe I'll start doing more videos with me in front of the camera. I don't know. If you want me to continue making videos in front of the camera, drop a comment below that says so. I have a lot of videos planned. I had a shitload of videos planned, but, as I said, life gets in the way. This was it. This is the life that has been bothering me a lot in the past year, and I think that now that I finally have started to figure things out, I think it's only going to allow me to do better videos, allow me to do better in my life. So, it's a life change, but it's a change for the better. Take care.